In this video, I am going to show you how to uh, get connected and create a database in Oracle Cloud. All right, so I realize some of you have issues installing Oracle database on your laptops, especially if you are using a MacBook. Well, guess what? We have the Oracle Cloud, and you don't have to install the database anymore. You can actually use it from the cloud. So what I would do is just go to a search engine and search Oracle Cloud free, and you just press enter. Down here, notice this link that says Oracle Cloud free, right? All right, you can see that right here too. So I'm just going to click on here. When you click on this, it takes you to Oracle Cloud, and guess what? You can actually start for free, right? And you are able to do different things. You are able to use Oracle Apex, which is the app builder. It's awesome. And but in this case, we're just going to use one aspect of it. We only care about the database. And it's called the Oracle Autonomous Database. The Oracle Autonomous Database is very powerful, and I'm glad they are actually letting us use this for free. So what you will do is you will put in your information. I am not going to go through that step because I already have an account. So what I'm going to do is step back, and I'm just going to sign in into my account, which is right here. So I'm going to sign into Oracle Cloud. All right. So with that, you have an account name, and this is my account name. So I'm just going to sign in into my account name, and I click next. All right, and then I'm going to log in with my email account and then my password. So that took a couple of minutes to come up, but you can see like we have the quick start. We have different things that we can do up here. All right, and you can see where it says always free, and this is just the type of account that I have. I chose not to pay for anything. I mean, by all means, if you feel like you need something, you can go ahead and pay for it. And this is the Autonomous Application Express. But right now, we really care about the autonomous database, and that's what I'm going to concentrate on. So if you look up here, it says launch resources right here. You can actually click up here to create a ATP database. You can use the ADW database if you want to. And right here, you can just come to the hamburger icon and then click on Oracle database. And from there, you can click up here to create your autonomous database, okay? So I had one earlier and I terminated that, so that's fine. But you will see something very similar to this. All you have to do is click on create autonomous database. It's always good. It's going to give you this weird display name, but you can give it any name that you want. So I am going to put LEY database. Okay, I just want to give it a name that makes sense to me. And then my database name is actually going to be the same. So I copy and paste that. Over here it says, the workload type. The data warehouse is good if I really don't want data warehouse actually because I don't have a large data. So I'm only going to select the transaction processing. That's what I need. It's going to run on a serverless. We'll leave that as default. Leave everything as default as a matter of fact. But over here, you have to put in a password, and your password has to be 12 characters. Now, for me, I put in a password that I can easily remember, and I'm pretty sure that I'm going to delete this database once I'm done showing you this. So I just put in a password that is very easy for me to remember right now. Okay, so you put in the password. Notice how we have the admin username up here. We are just going to leave that. We can't do anything with that anyway. Leave this as is, and then we just go ahead and create the autonomous database. We click on this button. Just notice the only thing I change is basically the name of the database, display name and the database name. And then I selected the transaction processing. If you end up selecting the data warehouse, that is fine as well. But I'm I only care about transaction processing. You give it a password and then you click on create autonomous database. Very simple, very straightforward. And at this point, all we have to do is wait. So you see where it says provisioning. Wait until you see the green. Once it's green, then you have Oracle database. Very easy, very straightforward. I'm going to pause this video and then I will resume when it comes back. Okay, and you can see now it is available. We have a autonomous transaction processing database. That's what the ATP stands for. Now, we really don't care whether it's ATP or DW at this point. We just care that we have a Oracle database. Okay, so now we have the database we're looking for. You can see all of this different information up here. I'm not going to go through all of that. You can see the backup, but we're not going into that. But this part right here, the database name is the name that I gave it, and you can see that up there. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do is, how do you use the SQL? Right? How do you use this? Well, it's very simple. Right here where it says database action, all you have to do is click on there, and then you can click on SQL. Okay, so from here, you can choose to start using this. I recommend that you create a user instead of you being admin. Like right here where it says admin, I recommend, I'm just going to close all of that. I recommend that you create a user and don't be admin, okay? So it makes sense to do that. But for right now, this is perfect. This is what we want. I can type in here like a basic show user, and then the buttons right here. All right, this is going to run that statement. This is going to run the entire script that you have up here. But I only have one, so I'm just going to click on show user. And you can see the result is going to be displayed over here, and it tells you the user is admin. Okay, now for the class, I really, again, I'm going to show you at this point, you can start using the worksheet as your SQL, put your SQL in here. You can do anything you want. You can run your script, whatever you decide to do, you are able to do that from here. All right. So what I want to do is I will like to create a user. So up here in this hamburger, this is where you see like the different things that you can do. But what I care about is the database user. So I go to administration and I'm going to click on database user. What I'm going to do from here is I'm going to create a new user. So I'm going to click on this button to create a user. Close that one. So I give it a username and I'm just going to call this lead user and then a password. I use the password that I used for admin, and that's because I don't want to remember too many passwords. So I'm just going to stick to the same password. All right, so I like this user to have web access, so I will click on that. And right here with the table space, it's going to be using this table space. Don't worry about that. You don't need to know what that does. But I'm going to select that and click on unlimited. This is the user that we are going to use for this class. So it has unlimited. If you want machine learning, let's say you want to play around with that, you can go ahead and enable that. If you want to, you just click on that. And then we click on create user. Once the user is created, it shows up right here. You can see this little icon over here. Let me close this. This little icon over here, we're going to click on that so that it can open up a new window for us, or a new tab with this user. So I click on this, and then once that opens up, you are going to put in the username that you created, which is the lead user, and the password that you gave it. All right, and then click on sign in. Okay, so this, you would, come to a window that looks like this. This is all we care about. There's so many things you can do over here, like a whole lot of things. You can play around with this, which is awesome. But right now we only care about SQL. So I'm going to click on SQL, and it's going to take us to the worksheet. So this is like, if you have used SQL Developer, this is very similar to using SQL Developer. All right, but except we are using this on the autonomous database, which is great. It is fast. It is, you can access your database anywhere you are. You don't have to be at school or even at home. As long as you have internet access, you should be good to go. All right. So right now, what I like to do is I'm just going to type a simple command, type show user, and then it tells me, you'll see the output over here. I'll click on this icon to run that statement, and then you can see that right here, this is the user, right? So that's good. That's what I want. Okay, so remember for this class, we have to use run our script. So what I'm going to do is I go to my download folder and I'm just going to drag and drop this script. All right, so we go here and I'm just going to drop it in there. And you can see over here, if you click on run statement, anything that you have selected, that's all it's going to run. But if you click on the run script, this is your best bet because it's going to run everything on the script over here. So even if it's not selected, I'm going to unselect that. It's going to run everything. If I click on this, the one with a small green arrow. So I'm going to click on run script and it runs everything in there. So let's see what happens. Okay, and you can see, table is created. It's doing everything for us. And this is great. This is what we want. Okay. All right, this is perfect. The output looks good. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to clear this screen right here. So I'm going to minimize that, and I'm going to clear this screen right there just by clicking on that. I don't need it. I don't need to save it. Okay, so I can clear the results over there too. All right, so right now, what I've done is I ran my very first script. I created an autonomous database from Oracle Cloud and then run my script. It's very straightforward. You won't have issues, well, unless they have issues on their end, but you should be good to go. All right. And then over here, you can see all the different objects that we have. You can see the views, the synonyms, and we are not there yet. We will be able to do all of that later on in this class. So what I just did was I selected the table and then I click on refresh, and you can see now I have tables based on the script that I ran. And then if you click on each of these tables, you'll see the columns that are associated with the tables, okay? And this is really awesome. What I'm going to do is, just for fun, I'm going to run a basic select statement using the books table. And what I'm basically going to do is select all from books. Okay. And then I have a habit of using my semicolon, which is fine. I'm just going to run. And then right here, I should see the output. All right. And that brings me to the end. You can see the output that we have right now. This is great. This is fantastic. And this brings me to the end of this tutorial. Let me know if you have any questions.